And we do sophisticated multi-source identity checks on companies, people, and identity documents to help our clients with onboarding and monitoring their customers and the people that they work with. Okay, there's lots of companies in the field, lots of companies looking at ID verification, checking people. What's unique about Contego is we have one single system, one API that can be used to check a company, multiple people, multiple identity documents, all in the same check. So you can check a company, its directors, their ID documents for money laundering purposes, other fraud checks, all in one system, one API, one real-time call. That's what's different. We came here last year actually, and it was quite an exciting, very busy event, and we liked the community of other fintechs that are here. So there's a great mix of corporates, customers, potential partners, some always interesting partnerships. So it's just a really good show at the heart of the fintech ecosystem. So we loved it last year, we're back here this year. Financial services clients are a particular focus for us right now, and fintechs and proptech companies are increasingly coming to us. There's some interesting companies here that are potential partners because we take data from commercial sources, from law enforcement, from open sources, etc., and from clients, aggregate it into our system and do for the real-time risk scores. So we're always looking for interesting partners with interesting data, particularly on the fraud side, that we can integrate into our system and partner with. So we have access to personal data, so we work with credit reference agencies, so we integrate and we're partners with Experian and Equifax in the UK here, for instance. We have international data too. We work with Companies House, we work with Credit Safe, we work with Bureau van Dijk to give us European and global corporate data, beneficial ownership, etc. We have a range of sources of data on mobile phone country location, social media lookups, etc. And we have intelligence sharing agreement with law enforcement here, so that we're made aware of certain compromised identity documents. So we don't just validate an identity document, we see if that might be a genuine document but known to the police as being fraudulently obtained. So bringing all these data sets together, UK and internationally, is a core strength of the Contego platform. We just have one API, so it's all running on the cloud, so it's very easy to integrate. So developers just plug our API into their existing systems, so we've got clients that have integrated our API in a couple of days. It depends on how you want to call the system, because you can call our API to produce data to populate workflows and workflow systems, as well as calling our API, sending it data to validate for money laundering checks, KYC checks, etc. So you can use the API in different modes and systems. So it's easy to integrate via the one API. Well, obviously, we're living in a world of increasing regulation and rapidly increasing levels of fraud. So financial institutions are facing constant challenges in onboarding new clients, but also monitoring clients, and particularly business clients. So if you look at small companies, it's quite easy now to open a personal account quickly. It's very difficult and time-consuming, and often a poor customer experience for a business to open an account. So that's where we can particularly help in the more complex environments where there's a business, multiple people to check. So we can help build better onboarding solutions, which gives a better experience for our clients' customers, as well as reducing costs and improving efficiency and speeding application processes. And then once we've onboarded clients, we can then monitor them to look for changes in directorships, new hits on sanctions lists, etc., to make sure that companies remain compliant whilst reducing their costs. So, recent company for us, I can't name this particular company, but it's interesting. So they're in the property sector, so they need to check house sellers and house buyers for money laundering checks. They also need to check landlords and tenants for immigration checks. So they've got 4 different scenarios. Each of those might be a person or a company. So it's very important for them to have one supplier with one API that can be plugged into their systems to handle all those scenarios. And we were the only supplier they could find to do that. So we're doing 100,000 checks a year for that client across those 4 different scenarios, which has really improved the efficiency and productivity of their onboarding processes. It's a very important part of our growth next year is going to be in biometrics and in mobile document capture. So we already have on our platform the ability for people to send us identity documents. So now soon we'll be extending those capabilities to be able to capture documents and look at biometrics and passport reading, etc. as well. Efficient capture of documents and verification of both the documents and also authentication against the actual individual are increasingly important. So combined with our other fraud checks and our ability to do other verification checks on addresses and sanctions, etc. on people, as well as links to companies, provides quite a powerful combination.